The revelation of Jesus Christ, the Apostle Paul's background. Before Paul was saved, he was a very zealous in his faith as a Jew. He stated, exceeding zealous of the tradition of my father. His goal was to be the greatest and most devoted Jew and rabbi in all the nation of Israel, above many my equals in my own nation. His goal was also to become a member of the Sanhedrin. The Sanhedrin was a selected group of Jewish rabbis. It was a group of 70 of the most elite of all the rabbis. Not just anyone could become a member of the group. The Sanhedrin was the highest position in the Jewish faith. Paul's goal was to be in that group, and in order for him to become a member, he would have to make a name for himself. This would mean that he would have to do something that would both get their attention and approval. What bothered the Sanhedrin the most was that they were losing many members of the Jewish synagogues to this newly formed group of Christians. Paul took it on as a mission both from God and from the Sanhedrin to try and rid the world of this anti God and anti Jewish sect. Paul said, I persecuted the church of God and wasted it. And he did just that until God showed him the truth, the liberating secret, but when it pleased God. In Galatians chapter 1 verse 15, after Paul's testimony, he speaks of the time element in his revelation, but when. This refers to the time God chose to reveal himself to Paul. We are not in control of that time, or is it controlled by something I say or do? We don't go deeper in God on our time, rather, it is God's selected timing. He controls the revelation. This also speaks of something that pleased God. This must have pleased God greatly because he waited over 4,000 years to finally unfold his ultimate plan and purpose for man. And Paul was the very first human being to make it known. Who separated me? This separation is God cutting a spiritual umbilical cord that ties us to our worldly identification, religious affiliation, and worldly attachments. This separates us from all the carnal concept for who we think we are and who we think God is, and brings us to the revelation knowledge of who He really is, to reveal His Son in me. Paul said, for it pleased God to reveal His Son in me. This revelation was and is the greatest liberating secret and truth given to man. Nothing can surpass this revelation because this is God Himself in man. This was the mystery that was kept hidden since the world began, which was revealed to Paul. Christ in you, the hope of glory. This was the treasure in earthen vessels. This was the riches of the glory of God being revealed to Paul. This was so profound to Paul because it was not just Christ in heaven nor just the historical Christ, rather, it was Christ in him. This very revelation is not being proclaimed in the church today. When a person stands up and testifies, they normally share about the goodness of God, the blessing and the healings which is good and we thank God for. But few ever stand up and declare the revelation of Christ in him. It is because this revelation is still being kept secret from even the church today. We hear of many teachings about the book of revelation truths, which are good, but very few that proclaims and declares exactly what Paul said, God revealed his Son in me. To God be the glory. God bless you.